After I was trafficked into the remote mountains, my mother searched for me by every means possible. That my mother, who favored sons over daughters, named me Hope. She crossed mountains and rivers, bringing police and media, risking her life to find me. Trapped in outdated ways of thinking, she still tried to protect every child. If one life could be exchanged for another, heaven would be filled with my mothers.
1.
We're here, get out. The car pulled over on the side of the highway, surrounded by complete silence. The morning mist hadn't yet cleared. I checked the time, not even 6 o'clock. Yesterday, a woman reached out to me through a WhatsApp group. She introduced herself as a producer for an online variety show, looking for 3 ordinary people to participate in a rural life experience program. We need a girl with a pleasant appearance and good temperament but no farming experience to create contrast in the show. I smiled awkwardly. It was true. I was a bit tan and dressed simply. She wasn't wrong. The offer she made was 5 times what I earned as an extra. So, if you're in, I won't look for anyone else. If you're not sure, forget it. She checked the time on her phone, looking preoccupied. Afraid to miss this opportunity, I nodded eagerly. She said a car would pick me up that evening. I became an extra entirely because of a coworker's comment. "You're so pretty. Why not try acting?" But only after arriving did I realize that beauty is relative. I was only fit to be a background prop. A month in, I was earning even less than I did at the factory. I was already planning to quit. The car drove through the night. 2 other girls were with me, clearly excited, chattering non-stop the whole way. We opened the car door and stumbled out groggy. There were no cameras or crew, just 2 men and the woman who had contacted me, standing in front of the car. She told us to call her Serena. "Where is this?" The speaker was Joy, a cheerful and lively college student who loved to laugh. "The road ahead is too narrow for the car. We'll need to take the tractor. The director and the others have already gone ahead," Serena explained. "Once we arrive, you'll come with me to sign the contract." At that moment, I had no suspicions. Besides, extras were usually paid on the spot. The idea of signing a contract even made me feel like I was one step closer to my acting dream. The 6 of us arrived at the village committee office. "May I see your IDs? We'll need to make copies." Serena collected our IDs and had us fill out and sign 3 contracts. Just then, a man walked in from outside, seemingly a local villager. His accent was unfamiliar, but he seemed to be urging us to start filming. Serena grumbled a bit, clearly annoyed that they weren't sticking to the agreed-upon schedule. "We'll collect your phones later. You've seen reality shows, right?" Reality shows were all the rage back then, and one of the big gimmicks was checking luggage and collecting phones. It didn't seem strange at the time. Before handing over our phones, Serena told us to message our families to let them know we were safe. I thought about it, but I didn't send anything. The other girl, Luna, spoke even less than I did, but she had fair, clear skin. The production team found her at the train station. She tapped her phone a few times and quickly handed it over. Joy sent 4 or 5 messages in a row. It wasn't until Serena insisted repeatedly that she reluctantly put her phone down. Afterward, the 3 of us were taken to the villagers' homes to familiarize ourselves with the filming locations. The villagers seemed curious. Every time we entered a courtyard, it would quickly fill with onlookers, and the village chief Victor couldn't shoo them away. We were like merchandise on display, being dragged around by Serena to compare our options. Elderly women kept grabbing my hand to chat, their scrutinizing gazes making my hair stand on end.
Don't worry.
Our show is about role-playing as daughters-in-law. The villagers are just curious, Serena reassured me, gesturing around the room. We'll have cameras set up throughout the filming, and a crew will be following you. A popular variety show that year had the same theme, so I didn't think much of it. Why do we have to visit so many places? Can't we just go straight to the filming location? Sis, you don't get it. You'll be sharing a living space for the next month while we're filming. If your personalities clash and it causes delays, we'll lose money. Her explanation put me a little more at ease. However, by the afternoon, I still hadn't seen the so-called director or any equipment, let alone the 3 celebrities Serena had mentioned earlier. As the sky gradually darkened, the night, thick as black velvet, began to unsettle me. At dinner, I couldn't help but whisper my worries to Joy. But she laughed at me for making a big deal out of nothing. It's always like this. Have you never been on a show before? Celebrities are never on time. I had never filmed anything like this before. I assumed they wouldn't set up until the celebrities arrived. Though uneasy, I didn't say anything more. Serena, when will I get my phone and ID back? I was so tense that I didn't even remember my things were still at the village committee office until Joy reminded me.
Don't worry.
You'll be staying at the village hall tonight. You can get them there. Before she could finish, Victor came over to toast us. He was incredibly enthusiastic, treating us like VIPs. Soon, I felt dizzy, and everything went dark.